So hi everybody, I'm Rose Shields with the Love Bomb Collective, and today we are with the beautiful Nicole Wrice.
Goodness.
She is the founder of Magnolia Grace Senior Care and has been in the medical field for 30 years. Thank you so much. You are married to a major.
Retired major.
Retired major. He was in the service for 20 years.
Yes.
We thank him for his service, for
Yes.
sure. And you've been married for 24 years and 7 children.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. 7 children, all different states. I mean, it's
Yeah, how old are they?
32. No, 33. 31, 29, 22.
How do you keep up with them?
One is going to be 11 tomorrow,
Awesome.
and 9.
Awesome.
So,
So you're
yeah.
a busy lady. So you sent me this quote, which I loved. I'm going to read it to everybody because it kind of encapsulates who you are for sure. This isn't just business for me. It's my life's calling. You won't find me as a CEO sitting behind a desk. I will always be in the field walking alongside our caregivers and families because that's where true care happens. At Magnolia Grace, we don't just serve, we serve with heart.
Yes.
And I want to hear all about it, and I'm sure everybody else does too.
So I've been to so many conferences and leadership conferences, and they say to me, when are you going to come out of the field? I'm never coming out of the field. Okay. I mean, I'm never going to be the person to sit behind the desk. I'm a different type of CEO. I don't know what to call it. I don't have to, but I don't know what else I would do if I wasn't out in the field. And I think because I am very hands-on, like if somebody called, like right now, and they said, hey, I have an emergency at home and I'm here with a client, I would say, hey, give me 40 minutes and I'll be there, and they could leave. I mean, that's me.
Yeah, that's your identity. It's awesome.
And we've been open 5 years and we've had not one claim or anything. I mean, to be honest, God has just blessed. He's given me a high skill of discernment of who we hire and our caregivers. And a lot of my caregivers have been with me since I opened in Amelia Island.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And so, it's just been amazing. It's been, I'm not going to say it's always been easy.
Course.
But it's been a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
That's awesome. When you are called to care, that is God's heart. And like the first time we ever connected, I knew that you had an excellent spirit.
Oh, thank you.
I did. It was just like, I just knew that. And that's the reason why I'm so glad that we got connected through someone else. But really, we got connected by divine appointment because what you're doing is very near and dear to my heart. I feel like one of the two most, things that we should focus on as families in America is our children and our elderly.
Right.
And you have niched right into doing that.
And it's funny that you say that because I started out with Magnolia Heart Nanny Agency.
Okay.
And then I changed the name to Magnolia Village because it takes a village to raise children.
Gotcha.
And so when I came to Amelia Island, I was doing both. But one day, it was too much. I said, oh my God, nannies coming in, caregivers coming in, and I prayed about it. And he said, where's your heart? Yeah. And my heart is always with children, but I am getting older as well.
Sure.
And I said, well, I've become an expert in elderly care. And I love it. And I love stopping by and just checking on those clients and see how's everything's going, talking with the families, how's everything going, are you happy with the caregiver, is things going the way you want them to go. I mean, you can go to Google, I don't care which Google you go to, we got outstanding reviews because I call it that, they got a little song out now, say boots on the ground.
Right.
Well, honey, wheels on the ground. And I've always been that way because even as a military spouse, now my 29-year-olds, the reason I started the nanny agency was because my daughter, who's 29, is special needs.
Okay, didn't know that.
So I was in Fort Benning, Georgia, and I opened in Alpharetta, and I was serving high-profile families because they had special needs children. But nannies would come in and say, "Oh, I don't know how to work with special needs." So we trained our nannies so they didn't have to walk in a home and say, "Oh, I don't know how to work with a child with Down syndrome. I don't know how to work with a child with autism. Oh, I took a class. I'm familiar." So we did that because it happened to me so many times.
Yeah, well, you were living it too.
Yes, as a military spouse. And so we couldn't go places because they would say, "Well, I can be a nanny to them, but I don't know how to be a nanny to her." So I fixed that. So the niche is to find something that people need and fix it.
There you go.
That's it. And so that's what I did. And I did that for 8 years. And I loved it. And when the families found out that I was, just doing elderly care, they were like, "No, what about the nanny?" I said, "Honey, y'all got to find somebody for that, But I started referring them to another nanny agency in Jacksonville because I met him at a conference. So it was good. But, the call to care has just, even through military life, serving, speaking to younger wives, teaching them, talking to them, advising them. Care is care.
Right. Yes.
And so, God has just given me a heart to serve. No matter, even military wives, they would say, "Oh, I can't believe you're a major's wife because you just act too normal." I'm like, "Honey, I'm here to serve."
Right.
You here to serve us? I'm here to help.
Yeah.
However, and the military sisterhood is amazing.
Oh, I could imagine.
Yes, I miss them so much.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I miss them. I miss them so much.
They become your family.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, even one, Chrissy Wagner, holding one leg while I'm pushing the baby out. She was right there with me from start to finish. The sisterhood is amazing, but the call to care is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's a supreme gift.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
And
so educate us about, what do you want us to know about caretaking and the process?
So what I can tell you is, this is what I can share with you, is that I understand that, a lot of people, when they come in and talk to us, because we do free in-home consultations, but a lot of them, they'll say, no, we want to come to the office and talk to you first. Okay. And I'll say, "Okay, well, you come to the office. Well, I feel bad for getting care for my mom. I feel guilty. I don't want to, I don't want her to think that I don't want to care for her. My mom's been so good to me." Mm-hmm. Well, if she's been so good to you, then the best thing you can do is refresh yourself. And we just there. So you can go be refreshed. Go get a massage. Go out to dinner. You come back. So you can't serve on empty.
Nope, you cannot serve out of an empty container.
No, you cannot. Even as a wife, even as a mother, as a caregiver, you cannot continue to serve on empty.
Right.
You just can't. You have to go and take that time to be refreshed.
Have some self-care.
Yes. Self-care is very important.
Self-love,
yes.
And you'll serve better under those circumstances.
So we have to advise a lot of, and I don't know why that is, but that's a thing.
Yeah.
And I know those who plan, the homes that we go to, and they have already discussed certain things. Those run smooth. Okay. But the homes that do not plan is where, the smoke is.
Everything drops like a bomb when the time comes, right? And you're not prepared.
Yes. And so we're there, and I'm like, the homes that have sat down, talked about, "Mom, where do you want to go? Nursing home, sister living, live with Joey, live with Bobby, Jill, whoever. Mom, when you get ready to go home to see Jesus, how do you want to leave? How do you want to?" Those families that have discussed those things, oh my God, it's so peaceful. Yeah. But the families that have, you know, I don't want to say like, you know, it's kind of like a who's the boss, who's the, you know, I noticed, and I don't know what this is. It's like you haven't been, you know, like the sister said, well, you hadn't been here for 2 years. Now you want to come in and take over everything.
Yeah, so there's usually a controller in the
yes, and that's why
the system.
Yes, it's always, you know. But what I say to people is have that conversation with your mother, your aunt, your dad, your uncle, your cousin. Have that conversation with them, because at the end of the day, it is not about you. It's not about what you believe. It's about what they wanted and what they believe.
Right.
And so a lot of times in that process of them leaving, they be like, oh, I don't believe in that. I don't, you know, even with the morphine, I don't want hospice to give morphine.
Right.
And that, but what did she tell you? And that's why it's good to have the conversation.
Yeah, communication.
You know? Yes,
it's
communication.
It is. It's just, and it's simple. But sometimes there is control issues between siblings. Fortunately, I was in a situation with my parents that I had sisters that just they were there. Boom, boom, boom. And we were rotating out. We were doing whatever. I had a brother who, if it needed fixing, he would come and fix it. You know, and we just had such family support. But I know so many families don't have that, or they're alone. Right. Or the elderly are alone as well. Right. So then I'm sure that's a whole nother level of, oh, wow, where do we go from here?
And another thing I would like to say, because I hope this goes all over the world. If you do not have children or a husband or a person that will be your power of attorney or be your living will, you know, whatever, please get that in order. Because if you do not, you will become guardian of the state.
Oh, wow.
You know, no matter how much money you got.
And what does that mean? I mean, people need to understand, what does that mean when you become a guardian of the state?
They begin to plan for you. Like if you get dementia, they're going to say, well, she has dementia, so she don't have any family. And so now we have to get her a guardian of the state. So I say to people, you need to find somebody. You need to find somebody, because, and it's better for you to find someone that you trust. It is better for you to find someone that you trust and put everything in writing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Somebody's got to advocate for you.
Yes. Somebody's got to speak for you. Somebody's got to know your wishes. Somebody's got to follow through for you. So if you are in this world and you are alone, because evidently, you know, this person just had this, you know, big lavish life, and then all of a sudden, you know, this came upon this person. And, you know, I love her. She's dear to my heart, but I have no, you know, control over that. And, you know, I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
But I all I can do is pray and hope that everything works out.
And
for
you
her.
Advocate for so many people yourself. I mean, at least you have, I'm sure you have systems in place that guides people in that situation on this is what needs to happen for you right now while we're at the beginning stages of whatever the situation is. Right.
But this one we were called in kind of like an emergency. And it's just, you know, and then you run into the situation of, you know, being taken advantage of. Of
course.
You know, because
I'm sure that's very scary for people.
You know, people find out, you know, oh, she wealthy, you know, it just turns out to be, and I can't do anything. I have to step back and I just have to pray and let them, you know, because I would never take care of anyone just for money, because I've never moved or operated like that, because I'm a true believer that whatever the Lord has for me, it is for me.
That's right.
And I only want what He has for me.
Yeah, you don't want anything else.
Yes. So nothing good will come of that, you know, being that way. So I'm very grateful that, you know, I'm able to see some of these things up hand. Now, what I will say is that my grandmother, she had 14 children, and my mother was the only girl. to a twin boy. Yes. And his name is Shelly, and her name is Shirley. And my grandmother passed 3, going on 4 years now.
Okay.
And she was 94. And she passed away peacefully in my mother's home, her only daughter. And, you know, we were singing around her bed. And for people to have that experience, so that's what I try to create for people, whatever their religion is. Right. So I'm not a person that, you know, if you Catholic, I'm Catholic that day. If you Jewish, I'm Jewish that day.
Yeah,
you know,
I love everybody right where they're at.
I'm whatever my client needs me to be for their family. So I don't go around, you know, even though I'm a Christian and all that, but I understand that
you honor everybody.
Yes.
Where they're at.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's
and
kind
so,
of a mantra too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I've even had my Jewish client. She got the candle, and she said it was a Friday. She said the Jewish wife pray on Friday, and she lit the candle and she put the thing over my head, and she said, I'm finna pray for your business. And I just said, okay, let's do it. And
That's right.
And then we put the thing on, and she prayed over my business. And, you know, I just said, okay, Lord, you know, hey, I thank her for even wanting to call up Magnolia Grace. You know what I'm saying?
Love is love. Truly love when it's given freely, and it's, you know, there's a grace that comes with that.
And she was not sick. Actually, we was there taking care of her husband.
Wow.
But she just loved, she said, I want to pray for your business to go far, far. And, you know, and I was like, okay, you can pray for me. But when I got there that night at 7 o'clock, we lit the candle. I said, what are we doing? She said, well, I'm going to bless your business. I said, okay. And so she gave me the thing to put over my head, and we lit the candles. It was a beautiful thing. I've had some beautiful experiences. God has put me in some awesome places, and and I've been in some rough ones too, where I've had to say, okay, listen, we got to have a meeting. Like since nobody wants to do it, we got to have a meeting, because I can't work in a place like this. Like I can't be, if y'all can't come together, and she's leaving, she's exiting. So we have to come to a place of peace.
Wow,
so as siblings, now this is y'all loved one, but we got to come at a place of peace so she can go.
Yeah, there you go. You have to do that.
And then they're like, okay. And these are lawyers and doctors. Okay, Nicole, what are you thinking? I said, listen, we got to come in agreement about what we're doing. Like, you know, to these two saying morphine, this one saying he don't believe in it. I said, I tell you what, we either got to draw out of our box, or we got to do something. Right. Because hospice is here, they're trying to do their job, and they can't do it like this.
Well, death, I think, is such an overwhelming process and transition. I mean, I've never told a lot of people this, but I actually wanted to be a death doula. I wanted to help people transition, because that's what you do. When you stepped in and you
I'm
said,
taking the course
right
now.
Are you really?
I'm taking just to have that certification.
I will live vicariously through you with that. But I mean, I just like, I know I keep hitting this mic, and I know it's going to crackle. Sorry. But, you know, there's such a beauty in the transition of going into a place of rest.
Yes.
And I've always been fascinated. But I love when you were saying, because when you're in that situation, it is out of control. And someone has to come in and bring peace into the chaos, right? And advocate in that space for people. So I loved hearing you say that that's what you had to do.
Oh, you know? Because the sister was like, I can't talk to him. He's I said, okay, well, we just got to have a meeting, because either Magnolia Grace is going to be here, and it's going to be, we're going to.
A house divided against itself, it will not prosper.
Yes, and I was like, let's do this. And they were scared, because, he was a lawyer, and the other one was a doctor. And I said, y'all, but that doesn't, we're not talking about titles today.
Right.
We're talking about mom. Mom is leaving. Yeah. We need to get these chairs, and we need to sit around her bed, and we need to hum, or we need to turn on her Catholic music, or whatever it is, and get her pearls and her necklace, or they little rosaries, and we need to let mom go, and y'all need to go to her and whisper in her ear and say, Mom, I love you. You've been a wonderful mother, because that's all they kept talking about. Yeah, and it's okay. Yeah. And honey, when I got them, settled down, and it finally ended up just like that. I mean, and so the other wife finally got there. The one that was kind of really uptight, his wife got there. When his wife got there, and I talked with her, and I said, we need to get him on board because she is trying to exit and she can't until this calms down. And she went and talked to him, and she whipped him into shape. She said, you're not going to come in here and act like a baby. You know, she whipped him into shape. And I said, okay, wife, that's what God created us for. You know, okay. And then we got on one accord.
Yeah.
We got on one accord.
Yeah.
And so, and a lot of people think one accord is just for marriage. No, one accord is for a lot of things. Yes.
That's
yes. Yes.
All right.
A lot of people like use that scripture just for marriage. Oh, you got to be equally yoked. You got to be on one accord. No, you need to be on one accord for a lot of things.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, but I mean, I've just had some. Oh my God, I can tell you some stories.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I can tell you some stories, but you know, overall. What I come to do is educate, training my caregivers.
Yeah.
My caregivers, I love them like family. I respect them because without them, we wouldn't have the reputation that we have.
Yeah.
And so we're small and we want to stay small.
Small and mighty, right?
Because we believe in quality over quantity. So we don't have so many families in each county that we're in. So in Amelia Island, once we get to 15, we don't take any more.
Right.
We start a waiting list. Wow. You know, so because there's only so many great caregivers.
I know.
So,
that is so true.
Yes.
I'm telling you, like hospice. I mean, thank God for the hospice system.
Yes.
I mean, and I've been through it a couple of times now. So
I love community hospice.
Wow.
I work with them.
I thank God for them.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of like another facet of giving that type of care and community and the pre-care.
Yes.
That precurses that, right?
But the thing, what I like about community hospice, okay, so even though we are home care, we have our own nurse.
Right.
But when hospice comes in, we follow what they tell us to do.
Okay.
So, and that's in my policy. Like, that's all that's in the handbook. When hospice steps in, they're in charge. And so hospice would tell us, hey, they need to be turned every 2 hours. That's what go in the care plan. You know, they need to be turned every 2 hours. You know, it's, and we don't have a problem with that. Like, a lot of people be like, oh, I got a nurse. No. It's not about us. This is another level. This is not in-home care now. This is now transitioning. So we have to let them lead for what they're the experts in. So,
awesome.
And you have to be a team. You still have to be a team.
Yeah, it's important. Yeah, especially in this work.
Yeah.
I love everything about it.
Yeah. And then we end up, you know, serving the families. We end up, you know, loving on them. And it's so emotional. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You know, there have been some clients that I've had for, you know, 2 years, and they go, and I'm out of. You would have think they was my mom and dad. I'm out of, you know, whack for 2 weeks. My husband was like, "Babe, what's?" I'm like, I don't know. I just can't get together. We spent so much time together. It takes a lot
It's
out.
a grieving too. It's a grieving too, you know. But obviously, you know, all the response, your business, everything is mirroring what's been created, and it's really big.
Yeah.
But I love it that it's big, but it's contained at the same time.
Yes.
So, like you said, you give the ultimate care for this transitional part of everything. So, I love that. Is there anything else that, if you could leave any words of encouragement or wisdom with people?
I would just say, don't wait until mom, dad, auntie, uncle. Don't wait till they can't talk. Don't wait until there's an emergency. Don't wait till they collapse on the golf course. Don't wait. Go ahead and have the conversation. Mom and dad, what is your plan?
Yeah.
You know, this is a big house. You know, you guys are getting older. Do you want to go stay with Paul? You're going to go to the assisted living? You know, look at the finances. I know we had one family that thought there was some things in place, and it wasn't.
Wow.
They never wanted to, they felt that it was a disrespect to ask Dad what.
There's so much misconception
Right.
over.
Yes.
I understand that.
Yeah, they felt that it was a disrespect to ask him what was what. But, I say, because you was such a great father, I want things to go smooth.
Right.
So, Dad, I need to know what's going on.
Because you deserve that.
I need to know, right? And that's how you have to let them know. And this is not about you. This is not about me, Dad. This is all about how I want you and where I want you to be,
Right.
in the end. So we need to look at the finances. We need to know what your wishes are, and then I would say get it in writing.
Yeah.
Because what they put in writing, no matter what Johnny don't agree with Julie, Dad put it in writing. So we're going to honor that.
Right.
And it goes so much smoother because nobody feels the burden.
True.
Nobody, oh my God. Nobody feels the burden. But the families the children, they have to make those decisions. They just be crying because they don't, I don't know what she would have wanted. I don't know what to do. And it's so hard for them. Yeah. It's so hard for them. So I would just say plan early and have that conversation.
That sounds right. Well, I love that this jewel that you've created is right here in our own backyard, in our Jacksonville community and surrounding areas. But I love it, and I thank you so much for coming, because I know you're super busy, and we were excited because we made time so we could go to lunch today too and just hang out and spend time together. But I just appreciate your time and for you being here today.
Thank you for having me.
And of course we'll add links and information.
I mean, they can if they want to reach out to us, it's magnoliagraceseniorcare.com. If they want to call the office, 904-656-1315. It doesn't matter if you're in Georgia or Florida. We do service Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. So, I'll be in Georgia tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we know where to find you.
And then I'll be back in Florida. Well, I'll be in Florida until 5:00.
Okay.
And then my son's birthday, we're gonna do ice cream and cake and his little gift. And then I have to be on the radio Wednesday in Valdosta, Georgia.
All right, lady.
So yeah. So I'll be on the radio, but I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And I told my son, we had my family reunion. Our family reunion, my mom's side with the 14 children. We had it this weekend, and I went Saturday because Saturday was the only day I could go because we got new clients that just got enrolled. So I said, I'm just going to go to one day, and I went Saturday, and we had karaoke and all that. And so my son from Atlanta, he said, Mom, are you happy with everything? I say, son, listen to me. I say, if your mama died today, just know that I am happy. I have left y'all well. Y'all can take this business and do what you want and just put servant on my casket. And your daddy is free to remarry because he's a wonderful man.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did. I told him that because I wanted him
needed
to know.
Hear.
Yeah.
We need to say things out loud to our children, don't we?
Yes.
I always say to my children, I'm like, I'm going to say this out loud because you need to hear it. Something that I did not get growing up because of a generation, right? But we're in a different time, a different generation, and our children are more aware than we were, even at their age, right? And there's a beautiful thing that's happening in the world right now.
And I told him, I said, I'm working. I don't have to work. I want to work. It's my turn. So I waited. Daddy did what he did, and now it's my turn. Yeah. And if God calls me home, be okay with it. Yeah. Don't stop living. Yeah. Keep going, and all is well. And just put servant, because I serve my family, I serve my church, my community, and my elderly.
And you have done a good job. And well done.
And that's it. And that's what it's all about. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters. Yeah. That's the only thing that matters.
Love. Yeah. Love in the end is all that really matters.
Yeah. and preparing.
Yeah.
And
Note to self,
prepare.
everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Nicole Wrice, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for
Thanks,
having me.
everybody.